Museums scare me. Well, sort of. When I was a little girl, I went on a school trip to a local art museum, and they took us into an entire exhibit about death because they wanted to show us the mummies. Cool, right? Not for me. Little Angela thought they were creepy and weird. And while I don't have a clear memory of the mummies, I do have a distinct memory of turning away from the mummies only to face a huge painting of the crucifixion of Christ, bloody, rent with scourges, body hanging with an expression of agony on the cross as darkness surrounded him. I yelled in terror for my dad, who was there chaperoning, and spent several minutes crying on his shoulder. It was a traumatic experience, and it has honestly taken me decades to train myself to not walk around museums in a state of fear. Imagine if you were actually at the cross of Jesus. Now imagine if he were your only son. What impact would that have on you? The traditional image of the Immaculate Heart of Mary is a heart surrounded by a crown of flowers, often roses, and pierced by a sword. Why? When Mary and Joseph, following the Jewish custom, presented their child in the Jerusalem temple, a man named Simeon prophesied that this child would be destined for the fall and rise of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be contradicted, so that the thoughts of many hearts may be revealed. To the child's mother, he said, "And you yourself a sword will pierce." I often think about how this presentation of Jesus in the temple is called one of the joyful mysteries of the Rosary. The Rosary is a prayer during which we meditate on various events in the life of Jesus and Mary, considered mysteries of faith, in this case, the joyful mysteries. But if a complete stranger held your child and told you all that, would you walk away joyful? In fact, every single one of what are called the joyful mysteries of the Rosary involve immense challenges. In the first, teenaged Mary accepts the difficult and potentially dangerous role of mother while she is not yet living with the man to whom she is betrothed. In the second mystery, a pregnant Mary takes a long journey, about 100 miles from Nazareth, to see her cousin Elizabeth, who is an elderly pregnant woman. In the third mystery, Mary gives birth in a stable. The fourth we already discussed, the presentation in the temple. And the fifth joyful mystery, Mary and Joseph find their child in the temple after losing him and searching for him for 3 days. If you ever thought you couldn't relate to Mary and Joseph's life with Jesus, you can. Daily life presents us with challenges from the common annoyance to immense, life-changing, even traumatizing. Communicating something really difficult to a spouse. Sharing in the trials of our family members. Finding ourselves with a lack of resources. Trying to do the right thing and being confused in the process. Or experiencing shock, grief, and worry. The fact that these are called the joyful mysteries of the Rosary tells us at least one thing, that joy can be present in the middle of our challenges. Joy isn't just feeling happy. Even the earliest Christians believed that true joy is a sign of the Holy Spirit's presence. When we look to Mary, whose heart was pierced, we see a person who still placed her sense of identity in God, in whom she put her full confidence and trust, even when she couldn't see what lay ahead. That's how she was able to, in the midst of her challenges, exclaim a song of joy and praise. The next time you find yourself in a tough time, Let Mary be your reminder to call on the Holy Spirit and to trust that when God is with you, there is joy, no matter what.